Welcome back everyone to Piney Plays the Beorning, and we're heading now to our second area, Delossad, to see if we can get the next piece, or actually not next piece, to check the next area to see if we could find the ring there. We have already checked one location, the trolls, which weren't quite as bad as I expected. Except that I still got lost despite my having done it before, but well, I guess that's to be expected. I mean, that is part of, well, at least this playthrough of the game. You've seen me get lost in plenty of areas already. So now I need to cross the river. And on the other side of the river is where I will find Delossad. And we'll search there to see if we can find this ring. And keep it out of the hands of the Angrim and out of Amarthiel's hand. Alright, let's see. Let's head out this way. Right? Yeah, 38. We don't have to worry about the worms. So what time of the day is it? Evening, alright. Just after sunset. Well, maybe not just afterwards, but looks like there's still a slight sign of... Is that a slight sign of twilight, or what? What is causing that yellow light? Right. It says evening, so that's a little bit after... How does that gloaming one might still have a little bit of stuff there?
Will you hear my sorrows?
I am pleased to meet you, Pineclaw. I saw you standing with Candelith from afar, but I do not think you saw my distant greeting. The Angrim came to Delossad immediately after they arrived, but as far as I know, they did not gain access to the deep places of the ruins. Their efforts to open the door frustrated. They soon moved on to other parts of Talbrunnen. You should ensure that the door is still secure. It has been for as long as I have known it, and it will be a comfort to know that the Angrim did not breach it. And if you would, defeat some of the Angrim that have invaded. They have moved their search to the ruins that are scattered throughout Talbrunnen. This is not a place for Angrim, and I would have them cast off. Alright, so find a locked door deep within the ruins of Delossad. So, let's head into here. And find out what we've got. I think we need to go up here. And... the doors look secure. The Angrim have not forced it in. Oh, well, that was quick. Certainly not as long as going after the trolls. So, let's go back to Wildir and give him our report. Doors are still secure.
My heart cannot sing today.
But his true name is forgotten. You would think that if it was built by elves, that the name would be remembered. Elves usually have long memories, I think, especially considering how long-lived they are. And that some elf that built it might still be alive. The door secure? I am glad to hear it, though it means we are no nearer to learning if Narquil is hidden somewhere behind it. The key to that door has surely been lost to time, and I do not doubt that if the Angrim believe Narquil does lie within Delossad, they will seek the force to open the door before long. Did Candelith give you any... yes, I know, I've already checked there. Oh yes, I do need to... Alright, let's see. And this 8. Okay, we'll just grab the hat. Alright, so we need to go back to Candelith and tell her that we found nothing, and yes, I do not have a port to Eka Candelith for some reason. Probably because I've got one to Rivendell and I've got one to Gath Forthnear, and I am sure I'll be back to Gath Forthnear at some point. I certainly don't want to give up either of those two ports. Perhaps I should add a third one, but I have a feeling though after I've finished Volume 3 I won't be needing a third port anymore, so I'm not really wanting to do that just for a momentary time, but who knows, I may change my mind on it at some point. Alright, let's get back up here. See what we can find. Lots of trolls, that's what we find. Well, I guess the trolls won't be noticing us either because they are also gray. How nice. Alright, okay, here it is, Eka Candelith. Ouch! 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 I don't know why I'm saying ouch, it's my horse that took the injury there. Alright. Alright, I didn't find anything.
How can I be of service?
Do not give up, Pineclaw. I have thought Narquil might have been the cause of the troubling disquiet that hangs around Irner Singor and Delossad, but it was only a guess. Perhaps the ring does lie deep within Delossad. With no way to gain access to the ruined halls without also allowing it to the Angrim, we must trust to the locked door to delay them while we search elsewhere. But listen. Another avenue of search may have opened for us. Oh?
Mind my words, traveler.
I had been focusing on places around which travelers and my scouts have reported sensations of uneasiness and disquiet, such as the wood troll groves of Signor and the elf ruins of Delossad, but that is only because it was the avenue I felt was open to us. The Angrim have also been combing the elf rooms throughout Talbrunnan, and until a few hours ago I assumed this was because they had some information we did not. And yet, if this was so, why would they not focus on one place? If they knew Narquil to be hidden within Delossad, would they not devote all their efforts upon it? I am sure they would, and yet they did not. Which tells me that the Angrim do not know the location of Narquil any more than we. One of my scouts in Drenith encountered a small company of Angrim near the burnt-out remains of a cottage not far to the northeast of Eka Candelith. The Crumbled Cellar it is called. She defeated the Angrim and sent word to me, asking if we knew any reason they would show an interest in such a trivial place. The answer is clear. They are searching everything they can in hopes that they find a clue, just as we have done. I want to speak with Indrelith to learn what you may. Alright then, let us speak with Indrenith. As you can see, this chapter is called The Crumbled Cellar, so it must be some type of clue. And let us head back down. Preferably without breaking any more hooves. Or... oh well, sorry, I've forgotten the proper names for all those things. What you would call it, a horse ankle. Alright, let's see. Oh, there he is. Or she. Hello there.
Megavonin.
Candelith has told me the tale, Pineclaw. Do you really think that Narquil or some evidence of its location might be hidden within Talbrunnan? A small company of Agrim was sifting through the debris of the cottage across the water over there. It is called the Crumble Cellar by Garbert and Affinid, who lived down the river, but I think it burnt to the ground before Garbert's time. You should search through the rubble. I cannot imagine you will find anything of use, but if the Agrim thought it might be worth searching, all right. Well, they will probably have taken anything in there that is worthy of note. But if you want me to search the cellar, I guess we'll do so. And let's see. Oh, alright. Well, this looks like something. Okay, this looks like a crumbled cellar. And anything of note here? Well, here's some debris. Anything sifted through here? Oof. Okay, nothing there. Well, that looks like a real obvious place to look, so I guess that's no surprise. How about this? Nope, nothing interesting there. How about through here? A diary. Interesting. Alright, well, I wonder what could be in the diary. Well, let's bring it to her, then we could find out whether or not it has anything interesting. Some juicy secrets from 200 years ago. Alright, let's see.
What can I do for you?
You found this diary among the ruins of the crumbled cellar? It is probably nothing, but I'll see if I can learn anything from its pages. The name of this diary's owner is familiar to me, and fills me with dread. Did not Amarthiel use the name Sarah Oakhart as she traveled through her fell errands throughout the wild? And yet look upon the cover. It is barely legible, but I can make it out. Sarah Oakhart. You must bring this diary to Candella's Pineclaw. This may be the clue for which we have sought. All right. So we have a diary of Sarah Oakhart. Oh, and here it is. All right. Well, before we bring it to her, we will do a little bit of reading, preferably in a more comfortable location than we are at the moment. Even if the trolls are ignoring us and wondering, why does Sarah Oakhart or Amarthiel or whoever have a diary in this cellar? And moreover, why didn't the Angrim notice it? Questions, questions, questions. Alright, let's go here. Alright, we'll read it right here, then we'll turn it in. Okay. The cover of this journal has given to rot, but you can just make out the notation, S. Oakhart. The first 20 pages are damaged by the damp and are illegible, but you can make out some writing in a crabbed hand halfway down one of the discolored pages. Weather today was gray and cloudy, giving way to rain in the afternoon. Brought 2 chickens to share with L, but his spirits were low, and I think the food brought him no joy. Understandable, of course. Keeping within the walls of Sithad must be a great sorrow to him. Alright, the next several pages are illegible, but some leaves are torn and missing. El told me today of my predecessors. The long lives of elves are a wonder to me, and he spoke with distressing honesty of the reason for choosing innkeepers from among my kind, and not the Eldar. His own people would disapprove, but more than that he desired no one caretaker to be so near in for so long. The short lives of men better suited his purpose. I thought this rude, but he did not seem to notice. Oh, Sarah, you're old enough to know not to take it amiss. You are not hurt at all, certainly, but by helping. The next page is missing, and when the text resumes, the ink is smudged and the hand messier than before. The writer was apparently in a hurry. Is missing, and L fears the worst. I will carry out his wishes by breaking the keys to Sithad. The stones of Tau Bruinen are heavy and will serve, and hiding them. I will not tell the elf where they lie, but I record it there by need, to hide it from the eyes of... Must stand at the stairs of Sithad, looking up towards the entrance. Turn to the left and walk towards the wall, and then turn right and follow the curve until you see 4 pillars through 2 pillars. Walk between 2 and look to the right of the 4. Then it will leave the keys always in the shade. L fears for me, but I will be fine. I am not called Oakhart for naught, and he tells me I guarded N for longer than any other. I have nothing to fear. The rest of the diary is blank.
Meg of Onnen.
What is this, Pineclaw? A journal? Can it be? I do not understand. Amartio cannot have... There must be more to this riddle than we follow, Pineclaw, for I am filled with confusion. But hearken to this. Brought 2 chickens to share with L. But his spirits were low, and I think the food brought him no joy. Understandable, of course. Keeping N within the walls of Sithad must be a great sorrow to him. Whoever Sarah Oakhark may have been, Amartio in disguise or not, it is plain to me whom she speaks. Can L be any other than Laerden? Or L anything but Narquil? We are close. I can feel it. The secret lies within this journal. Friend Beorning, the diary of Sarah Oakhark.
Mind my words, traveller.
Will that lead us to anything? We will find out in the next episode of Pineleaf Plays The Beorning.